Lindo, thank you for making time. A lot happened in court today. Take us through what unfolded so far.
Well, Clement, the former sergeant of the South African Police Service continues to defend herself as well as to maintain her innocence at the High Court sitting in Palmbridge. And I can tell you that today we've made some leeway in terms of getting to get the nitty-gritties in terms of the details of some of the allegations leveled against her. The allegations, of course, being that she has targeted a number of family members, some of them around 6 that have been killed, but targeting them so that she can benefit from policies that she had applied for them. And one of the things that happened today, quite untypically, was the scenes we saw when she was crying. She had maintained a straight face. She had maintained, her calm when it comes to the evidence giving, speaking about the death of several of her family members. But when it came to her lover, as we understand, Maurice Mabasa, that's when she broke down, and she explained to the judge when was asked whether she can continue or not. When she broke down, she says that there is never going to be a time where she'll be able to speak about her lover and not break down, and that is Maurice Mabasa. But some of the things that came out of that testimony as she tried to weep through it was the fact that there is allegations leveled against her that she actually opened up that particular policy that she benefited from. She pretended to be Mabasa, and in fact she then actually targeted him. But what we understand is that there was a testimony before from the insurance to say that actually she had forged even the signature, and she was the one that was opening up those cases pretending to be Mabasa. And in fact there was another incident where she actually called the insurance trying to find out some details, and they told her that the only person who can access that information is the policy holder. So some of those details coming out, but if you can take a listen as well as take a look, Clement, to some of the scenes that came out as she testified when it comes to Mabasa, opposed to obviously others where she maintained her calm. Just speaking about her lover, let's take a look at how she had reacted and what she said around some of those testimonies around her lover.
Then, my lord, went on to go and identify this body of this person, and we said that we intend to confirm it's him. So yes, the body of the person that we were told of, it was of a dead person.
Common thought that you were in a relationship with the deceased, Maurice Mabasa.
Sati bakakuwe outwana na Maurice Mabasa. Yes, that's true, my lord. Maurice Mabasa and I stayed together.
How long were you in a relationship with him?
Nzimule kuranzana naye 2011 until 2015 lokalo.
We started having a relationship, a love relationship, in 2011 until his death in 2015.
Oh, all right, so that's what happened in court today. Lindo, is she expected to take the stand again tomorrow and continue with that testimony?
That's right, Clement. She is expected to come back and continue with her testimony. Of course, at the moment, she is being led by her defense counsel. But I can tell you that there were some considerations that were being made by the judge to say that perhaps because of the length of her testimony, as well as considering her mother, an 80-year-old plus, we understand, who still needs to testify, that there might be some changes in terms of standing her down so that her mother can go through her testimony, which we understand won't be as long. But we also understand that there is also her brother who is also set to testify. His name is director, addressed by the judge as well, to say that he needs to be here tomorrow, despite the fact that he's been here for 3 consecutive days without being called on the stand. So there is that consideration from the judge to say that perhaps because of the length of the evidence that still needs to go, that Ndlovu still needs to testify on the stand, perhaps it would be better to just sit her down and then get through some of the testimonies with her brother, who is in her defense, as well as the mother, who will be testifying on her behalf. But we are expecting to hear what really the decision will be around that. But plenty that is coming out today in terms of each and every individual, Clement, in terms of how she had spent days with them prior to their death. So everyone, as we understand, the court says, and some of the evidence leveled against her says that she had spent days with them before they passed on, and that is really some of the case that the state is making. But tomorrow we're expecting that we get a judgment in terms of whether she stands down to allow other witnesses to bring about their testimony, and before she continues, or will she continue. But at the moment, her counsel, defense counsel, is not done with leading her in terms of her evidence, when you are expecting to hear that judgment early tomorrow morning.
All right, Lindo Kuhla Xulu, thank you so much for giving us an update